It's Saturday, April 21st, 2018. I'm Justin Castelli. This is All About Your Benjamins, and this is your weekend review on your weekly mixtape. If my voice is a little hoarse, I apologize. Roman, Leon, and I were fortunate enough last night to be able to go to the Pacers-Cavs game. If you watched Game 3, you know it was an exciting game. Played pretty crummy in the first half, came back and beat LeBron and the Cavs in exciting fashion. But a lot of yelling and cheering went on, which is why the voice sounds a little hoarse this morning. Well, let's get into the news for the week. First, Tuesday was tax day, but then it got moved to Wednesday due to the website crashing for online filing and paying. The IRS gave us one more day since the website was down for most of the day on Tuesday to get everything in and filed. Ours was in time, so we didn't get to take advantage of that extra day, but hey, that's okay. The whole time this was going on, I couldn't help but think, I wonder if blockchain technology could make this more efficient and potentially avoid a situation like this. We'll see what the future holds. Next up, Amazon announced that they have 100 million Prime members. That's the first time that Jeff Bezos and Amazon have ever come out and officially said how many Prime memberships they have. An interesting theory as to why is potentially this is maybe a response to President Trump comments about how Amazon is hurting the post office. 100 million households purchasing, using the post office to ship things. That may be Bezos' way of quietly coming back and saying we're not harming the post office, we're actually helping. Who knows, but still a huge number. There's a chart in an article that I'll be linking to that shows the Prime membership ranked up against Netflix and HBO worldwide. It's pretty impressive what they've been able to do. We're Prime members, we love Prime members, we'll always be using it as long as it's there. North Korea announced that they are going to be closing their nuclear testing center and suspending the test missile launches. Now what they didn't say was that they're going to disarm the nuclear arms that they have, but it sounds like they're going to be winding that process down, not really be doing any more in that area, won't be sharing what they know with other nations, and will only be using nuclear arms if they're provoked. We'll see if this actually goes through, if this is just lip service, but it seems like it might be a small victory right now for the White House. How they get this stuff done, I don't know, but we'll see. But nonetheless, it's a positive headline to hear that coming out. As far as the markets go, we're continuing to work through earnings. Earnings have been pretty positive, but not all stock responses have been, which is just further evidence that I think a diversified portfolio across broad indexes makes the most sense rather than trying to pick a handful of individual stocks. Because you can have good earnings, a good report, and your stock can still go down. The big highlight of the week was Netflix. Did real well, stock popped. But otherwise, no real reason to talk about individual stocks, just kind of another reason to think about diversification across the board rather than picking individual stocks. Finally, non-market news, but in the hip-hop news, you all know I love my hip-hop. J. Cole released his newest album on Friday. It's receiving mixed reviews. I've listened to it a few times over the last day. I really enjoy it. I'm a J. Cole fan. It's interesting how polarizing J. Cole is, even though he's not overly controversial. Either you love him or you hate him. There's kind of very little in between. He gets a lot of hate on the message boards and articles and reviews. But at the end of the day, I enjoy his music. I think it's pretty good. The album I thought was pretty good. So go check it out and have your own opinion. I'd be curious to know what you think. So let me know on Twitter what you think about J. Cole's new album if you listen to it. If you're not a hip-hop fan, you can just skip over this part. No new podcast this week coming up. So use this as a chance to catch up on old ones. My podcast from this past week with Brendan Malooly has gotten a lot of great reviews, a lot of good feedback. We talk about behavioral finance, why we make the decisions we make with money, why it's so hard to make good decisions with money. So be sure to check that out. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on future episodes. I'm excited that this week I'm going to be heading to New York late Tuesday night for a conference on Wednesday. Going to be at the Stocktoberfest East. Should be good. Get to see some of my Twitter friends out there, but also hear about some ideas and what's going on in the world of technology and other areas when it comes to investing. Really, for me, this is more of a networking event because the information I'll be learning I will not be using with clients, but it'll be a good event to be. Hear about what the future holds, learn, and meet some new people. So I'm excited to go out there. I'm going to be blogging and sharing along with on Twitter and Instagram, so be sure to follow along there if you want to see what Stocktoberfest is all about. I'm really excited about getting out there and visiting some friends as well. So be sure to check all of the posts below in the weekly mixtape, and I'll see you in the next episode.